Hi, I'm Michael Nadalin from Market Lead, and today's video is about why lead generation failed in 2024 and will continue to fail in 2025 if you don't do this. Now, I can say this from direct experience because I run Market Lead, which is an advertising agency which does Google Ads, Facebook, and landing pages for clients. But more importantly, deep data analysis for clients and dashboarding that actually makes them millions of dollars. Now, we can say that because we actually do it and we measure it as well. And we can measure it because of what I'm about to show you today. So just a bit about me, if you've never seen a video before, I've been doing advertising directly for over 10 years now. I still run huge clients and huge businesses ad accounts and do the strategy and implementation for them as well. I've spent over $106 million directly myself on ads for clients and spending about $1.5 million per month on ads on Google Ads and Meta Ads as well. I've had over 700 clients, and I know that because I'm a spreadsheet freak and I track all this stuff from literally when I started to today. And we work with clients doing about $1 million to $3.5 billion a year. So we do work with multi-billion dollar clients, but also small businesses. $1 million is probably the range that we'd love to start with, but some of them are about $500,000. So this is what you need to do to focus on to get better results with your advertising in 2025. And this is actually where you'll get that crystal clear clarity. Now, this is my rule of approach with advertising now, and I'll judge people on this. If you cannot tell your business's data within 5 seconds, your business will fail. You should see on a line item per month what you're spending, how many leads you got, the lead to quote rate, the quote to sale rate, how much revenue you did from that, like all the rates from that. You can see that within 5 seconds. You can dashboard it out. And if you're not seeing that, you're probably not managing your company properly. I say this because I work with a lot of companies, multi-billion dollar companies and smaller businesses that do not have these numbers. And as soon as they have that numbers, when you can measure it, you can manage it. And when you're managing it, you'll start to get better results. So this is the approach to do it for advertising. You can actually implement this for all of your other channels, being it SEO or other ways you're getting leads, but more importantly, for your business. Yesterday, I was on an hour-and-a-half call with one of our enterprise clients, not talking about advertising, but dashboarding for their whole business on actually reviewing their sales, pricing, quotes, cancellations, and their revenue and quotes for their whole business per month because they just didn't have that transparency. They came to me, even though we're the ad agency, because this is the skill that does bleed across to businesses that actually makes a huge difference. So I'm going to take you through the graph right now. It is really simple, but you've got to do these things. And if you do it and implement it properly, your transparency on your data, and more importantly, the way you can measure it and then manage it goes up significantly. So number one is part of the graph is just having your ads. Now, you've got people running your ads. You might be running them yourself, or whatever ads are. It's people traffic coming to your website or your page. Now that needs to be managed properly. But then it goes to your lead page or your landing page. But we'll just call that a lead page because that's what we call it at Market Lead. Because the goal is to get a lead, not to get people just to land. So when people come from your ads to your lead page, then that data will go into your reporting or your dashboarding. And when you've gone that, that's pretty much the stage that most people report on. But that's where the biggest gap happens because they talk about ads, your landing page, and your reporting dashboard. Now, the big risk here is usually with the reporting, people are measuring based on in-platform data, which is so stupid and it's wildly incorrect because Google and Facebook do over-attribute to their channels and also do double up. So if you look at your reporting, especially if you've got multiple channels, you might see that you've had 200 leads in your reporting, but realistically, you've had 120 because Google and Facebook represent their leads in the platform based on a touch point, not a last touch point. So it's really important when we move to this. This is where we start to use lead pages to push our data into our lead dashboard rather than from the ad account. You do not want to be using your ads data, being your ads conversion data in your reporting. You want your lead page data, which can accurately represent this. But then how do you do that? This is the big gap. How do you actually tell where it came from? This is the really simple way to do it. UTMs, but more importantly, custom UTMs. So every single ad can tell, especially from Google, what keyword, what search term, what campaign, what ad group, what device, all this other data that once that pushes through on your ad, it will go to your lead page. And then once again, when they're on their lead page, when they submit the lead, it will go into your dashboarding as well. Now, more like as well with this, we should put another one in here because there will actually be UTM data that will push through from your lead page to your reporting dashboard as well, people's name, email, phone number, profiling questions that a lot of times people's dashboard and just goes, we got 1 lead, we got 10 leads. So what? Even if it's just from your lead page and it's accurate, you need more of that qualitative data, talking about the quality of the leads, how people have profiled themselves, all the data associated with that. So that's when you do this custom reporting, and you can't use third-party tools for this. I'm going to tell you, you cannot use third-party tools for this. It's not customizable enough. You really need to build out your own system for this. And we do this literally with every single client, complimentary part of their service, because it's actually what gets results. So once you've got all this data here, we actually want to start going, well, this is just talking about the advertising. We're not advertising just to get leads. We're advertising to get sales. So once we've got that data, we want to push the sales data back into the dashboard as well. So with all that lead data and with all the information, that will go into your reporting, your dashboard. So then when you're actually doing sales, you can match up what leads and all that data back to the lead that actually created the sale. So the goal here is actually knowing what ad, what landing page actually created a sale. So you've got a very clear linear view. So you can see this literally on a line by line basis. How do you get that data back into your reporting or your dashboard? You need to use APIs. So something like Zapier or other things where you can push that data from your CRM or from the backend, wherever you're hosting it, back automatically into the reporting dashboard. You want this to all be automated at the end of the day. You do not want any of this to be manual. All of this data can be automated, and it should be, but most agencies still don't do that. And the sales data, people still, and we have a lot of clients do this, where they give us their raw data maybe once a month, which I still feels like too delayed. A lot of our clients are now working with Zapier and APIs with their developers to push it into the dashboarding. If someone needed to wake up at 3 a.m. on a Saturday morning, they would know all of their data on the drop of a hat. The reason why I did this was actually more out of frustration personally, where a lot of clients back in the past, years ago when I was at previous agencies, wanted reports, and they're like, hey, we've got a board meeting, we need to do this meeting, we need all this data for it. And that could take hours to get that data to qualify it and just check it and split out by different channels. This way, by doing this, you can literally see your ad spend, your results, your leads, all across the board from the sales and quotes and everything in one place, and then split it down by ad channel as well. We've got so many custom different dashboards at Market Lead, like a directors or an enterprise one, and then moving down based on individual channels, but also linking sales data back to it as well. So look, this is the approach. And the two things I really wanted us to make clear on this video, the things that are going to shift your business are UTMs and APIs mixed in with your sales data, pushing back into your reporting and dashboards. I can't show you how to do this for your business. I can't show you how we've done it for our clients because it will naturally show all their client data, which I'm never going to do. But this is the approach. This is from 10 years, $100 million plus on advertising, the things that actually make clients millions of dollars. If you're spending so much time focusing on the ad account or the lead page or like reporting that's not complete, you're wasting your time. You really need to be able to see all your data in one place really simply. So then when you start making decisions on your ad, your lead pages, your business, it's actually from a very crystal clear place. Once again, that meeting I had yesterday for an hour and a half with the client, we were chatting, and about 45 minutes in of me asking constant questions to clarify the data, I realized the two stakeholders in the business were actually wanting very different things, and they didn't even know it with each other. But by asking the questions and going through this process of doing these things, we got crystal clear on where that gap is in the business. These were things that were going to influence the ads and the lead pages, but they didn't even know crystal clear what their data was on the back end. So by going over the sales and the API and talking about that sales reporting, and now their ads, lead pages, and reporting will significantly shift because it's going in a very different direction. So if you've got any questions or thoughts, let me know. But remember, like, comment, share, subscribe, but most importantly, enjoy.